Hey guys, it's Dielenka, and I haven't done a video in quite a few months, so I wanted to get back to it with an IT related video. And I've asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions, so I'm gonna answer them for you right now, so stay tuned. So the first question I'd like to answer is, how's your uni life? So if you guys don't know, I'm currently studying at the Faculty of Informatics and Information Technologies at Slovak University of Technology in Bratislava, Slovakia. And so how's my uni life going? So I finished my bachelor studies in May this year, and I'm starting masters in September. So I'm quite excited, but I don't know how things will go. There's a big team project going on, and then I'll have to write my master thesis, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm very excited, of course. So next question related to my school is some tips before study at FEET. So FEET is my university. In general, studying at any university, I'd recommend to have a look at the curriculum just to see what you will be learning. And I know it's really easy to say and hard to do, but really just Google those things, and so you have some idea before you start at that school. Because for me, I had absolutely no idea what programming was like. I did not know how to write hello world. I knew nothing. I just knew I really liked IT and wanted to work there. So I did nothing, and the school started. We had to learn the C programming language, and I had no idea what programming was like. It was really hard for me to learn. So I'd recommend you to really have a look at the curriculum, maybe ask some previous students what the studium was like, so they can give you some tips. But for me, especially for my school, knowing something about C would definitely help you, and then maybe just focusing on school and learning. That's it. Okay, next question. How do you manage uni, work, and looking so good? Well, I don't really think I'm looking good, but thank you in the first place. And how I manage uni and work, that's a really hard question. I've started working now. I've previously worked in marketing, and I've done my collaborations on Instagram, but I really started to work in May this year in IT. So I'm not sure how it's gonna go. If I'll have enough time, I hope I will, but I'm not really sure. But I think if you're really ambitious and willing to do anything for your success or for your happiness, then you can handle almost anything. But uni is really hard for me. Like, uni is really hard. It's definitely one of the hardest schools, one of the hardest fields to study, so it takes a lot of time. And it's especially hard when your friends are studying some other fields like economics or management or media related fields, so they have a lot more free time and you don't. The hardest thing for me at the beginning was to sit behind the computer for hours and hours and hours and do something, learn or code or just work behind the computer, and I could not get used to it. Next question is, do you have interest in software testing? I don't have interest in software testing because I like programming more than actually testing the solutions. So I've never been interested in software testing, and whenever I had to go to a job interview, I always told I don't want to do software testing. So I don't think that it's something for me. I never found interest in it, so but it's fine if you like it. I just don't. Okay, next question. MySQL versus Postgres, and why? So if you don't know what those are database managing systems, I'd say. We use PostgreSQL at our school, and then I use MySQL at work. MySQL is faster, but PostgreSQL has more built-in functions, so it's hard to say, but to me it's MySQL. And they're both really similar when it comes to the syntax, so it varies. Okay, next question, IT versus other jobs. So I always kind of compared IT to art, and people don't really see like the similarities between those two. I think IT is a lot like art because you can code the software to do almost whatever you want, so that's very creative. So there's a lot of creativity involved, and you're not dealing with the same issues every day or most of the time. So that's really cool in IT. So you're always dealing with other problems, and you're constantly learning. That's great about IT, because when you go to a work where you do the same things over and over again, you don't really learn new things. And in IT, you learn every day for hours and hours and hours. You just learn and you become better. And it's also really good paid, so I think it's awesome. Okay, next question. Why would I want to code? Why would you want to code? It depends on you and on your interests. I never wanted to code. I wanted to know how computers work. I wanted to be a part of an application development team so I could have my own app on Google Play and so on. But I was never really interested in coding until I came to my university, where all the beginners courses involved programming, which was really hard because I did not know how to program or how to code. I could tell you guys why I wanted to code, and it's because of what I previously said. It's very creative, and it makes you think. Like, it really makes you think in a different way, in problem solving, in creativity, in like the logical thinking. Like, I've changed so much over the past 3 years when it comes to thinking and like problem solving. It definitely makes your brain work more, and you become better and better every day. What I like is when you write code and then suddenly the code works and it does what you wanted, and it's just awesome, I think. Next question, how's work as a developer? I work as a software engineer, so I would say it's very different from everything what I've done before. What I don't like about it is sitting behind a computer for 8 hours. That's really hard to manage for my body, or it was at the beginning, because I just wanted to exercise. I wanted to move. So I got up like after 2 hours of sitting, and I had to take a break or take a walk or just do something. So I think work as a developer is really awesome in all the ways, but besides sitting, because you really have to sit for 8 hours behind a computer, and that's really hard. But it's actually great because you're getting paid for learning. That's how it looks to me. Like, you're paid for learning. How does someone get into the company he wants? The answer is very simple and very straightforward. You just have to focus on what you want, stay ambitious, and just go for it. Do what they want you to do. Show that you have the abilities they're looking for, and just show them what you've done previously. So for example, in programming, I think that it's really good if you could show them some open source projects you worked on, or school projects. So just be prepared. They want to see how you were thinking. So like, for example, at an interview, you really have to say out loud what you're thinking, which was really hard for me, but it actually got me the job I wanted. So yeah, I think if you like the job, like if you really want to get the job, like if you're really ambitious, motivated, and you show them that you want to work for the company and that you really have the skills, then they will actually see that you're better than someone who just wants to work there because of the money and who is not really interested in the job whatsoever. So, next question. Why do you like C++ so much? Why I like C++ so much is because of I'm kind of a control freak, or I just like to know what happens on the lower level. I went to IT because I wanted to know how computers work, so I want to know how my programs work, what they really do, and what I'm doing, so what every line of my code actually does. And that's why I like C++ so much, or C, because you have to know what you're doing for the program to work. And it's not just you write one line, you use a dot, you call a function, and it does what you want and what you expect. What are the programming languages you know? So I've done many projects at school. Most of them were in C, Java, then I've done some projects in C#, something in assembly. I've written my bachelor thesis in C++. I work with C#, so yeah, and I've done some JavaScript and Node.js and some Android development, but I'm focusing on backend development with C# and C++. What motivates you the most when you're being lazy to code? So what motivates me the most is probably my friends or just people around me, because when I'm really lazy, I kind of let them know, like, I really don't want to do that, I'm lazy, I just don't want to do that. And then they are just really encouraging, and they're like, no, you're gonna do it, like, you have to do it, or you want to do it, and just stop being lazy and just do it. So how's the new book? I've recently bought the C++ programming language from Jan Strostrup. It has 1,300 pages. So this is the book. It's the 4th edition. It's C++ 11, and because there is no newer version available yet. And I think it's really good, but it's really hard to read. I had to read some paragraphs over and over and over again because I just didn't understand what was going on. So I would recommend the book for people who have programmed before, because if you have not, it's a really hard reading. I'm really looking forward to get through the book, so yeah, so I can be wiser. And the last question I got was, do you actually know how to code? I don't know. At which point of your life can you actually say that you know how to program or how to code? I don't know. I don't know. I've written a lot of lines of code in various languages, so I think I know something about coding, so I'm not pretending. I'm definitely not pretending. So that was it for today's video. If you liked it, just give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, then subscribe to my channel, and I hope I'll see you soon. Bye!